Hello, friends. This is Tony DeSant, space rocker of the planet Earth, back with another video today. It's a Monday. A lot of people will say it's a manic Monday because they got the 9-to-5ers and they're thinking about, or they're on their way to work already. Yes, it's already 9 o'clock actually. So they are locked up in work. Locked up in the prison of 9 to 5. Well, like we were talking, this month is going to be in the subject of being financially free, living a more carefree life, And today's subject is going to be one that is very, very important. And you might want to write it down and find out what it is if you don't know, if you never actually paid attention to it. But it's something called credit. Credit. And in order to ever become financially free, you need to learn how to be credit savvy. You write this down. Credit savvy. So the subject for today is going to be credit savvy. What do you mean by that, Tony? Credit savvy. What is that? I don't get you. Well, exactly that. Look, this is what it is. Being credit savvy is knowing how to use your credit to your advantage. What I mean about your credit is you apply for credit at your bank, usually in the form of a credit card in the beginning. Okay? And you get a certain amount of credit. Let's say they give you, usually in the beginning, they give you only $300, maybe $500. If you can handle $500, they'll give you a little more later and whatever. But what you need to do is you need to be responsible with that credit so that you can build up your credit. You want to build up your credit. And in order for you to build up your credit, it's best to pay that credit card every single month. Pay it off. So don't spend more than you can pay. And that's very hard to do. Sometimes if they give you $500, you want to spend the whole $500, but do you have the $500 to back it up at the end of the month? If you don't, then just spend $100. Spend $100, and when that bill comes, make sure you're on time. That's another thing. You got to pay it on time to build your credit. And of course, this comes with credit scores, but that's going to be later, because all you're doing is you building your credit. You getting credit, you paying it off on time, you're being responsible, and you are creating financial wellness for yourself. Usually, this happens all the time. The bank starts sending kids money, credit cards applications, as soon as they turn 18. Sometimes parents would sign off a credit card before they're 18. And they can build credit like that if the parent is responsible and pays the credit card on time. which sometimes happens, sometimes it doesn't. So, but I'm talking more of a person, just an individual. You need to be credit savvy. Credit savvy to build your credit and eventually start what is called using others people's money. That's another video and altogether, but that's the goal. The goal is to build up your credit, build up your credit score, be financially responsible, pay all your bills on time, and say after 2 years, you're going to build some credit. If you're low on your debts, if you don't have that much debt, and you pay your debts on time, that would really build up your score into possibly the high 700s or low 800s, which is fantastic, because when you go to the bank for that big loan and tell them that you want to start a business, they're going to look at your record, and they're going to look if you've been paying your bills on time, if you've been, like I said, paying off your credit cards at the end of the month, or your credit card. Don't get into too many credit cards and then you can't pay either, because just use one in the beginning. Use one, and I would advise not to use a debit card. Use the credit card and build up your credit and pay it at the end of the month. But use it in a way that you know you're going to be able to pay it off when they send you that bill. Because being credit savvy is not paying minimum payments on your credit card. That's not what we're talking about here. Okay? And of course, get yourself educated. This is something that I really knew a lot about, and I thought I knew a lot about. And in the past 5 years, I went ahead and got this new book on all the new things that they have that have to do with credit. And reading this little book, it's a little book. I don't know the name of it right now. I can't remember. But they have a bunch now that you can educate yourself on credit, on how to build credit and all that good stuff, and all the credit companies that measure your credit score and all that good stuff. I read on it, and I found out some things like FICO score and all the other little things that it's a lot of details. This is not for that. This video is just that you understand that in order for you to ever be financially free, to have your own business and become a thriving entrepreneur, you need to be credit savvy. So get yourself educated on how credit works, because you're going to need it. And you're going to need to be credit savvy if you're ever going to become financially free and live a more carefree life. And with this one, I want to say hi to everybody. I want to say hi to other people around the world that follow my music and follow my videos. I know who you are, and I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much to every one of you. This is Tony DeSant, space rocker of the planet Earth, still living in this beautiful planet called Earth, today with the message of you need to be credit savvy. Credit savvy. I'll see you in my next video.